Nestled high in the majestic Himalayas lies the remote village of Mandi, a place seemingly untouched by the rapid changes of the modern world. Life in Mandi followed the gentle rhythm of the land, a slow, deliberate dance dictated by the seasons and the ancient traditions passed down through generations. Days began with the rising sun and ended with the starlit sky. This peaceful existence continued, seemingly immutable, until one fateful July afternoon. An afternoon that would forever be etched in the memories of the villagers. Children played, their laughter echoing through the valley. Farmers worked diligently in their terraced fields, tending to their crops, unaware of the danger brewing high above in the seemingly endless sky. They were completely oblivious to the impending disaster. Suddenly, without warning, the sky darkened with an unnatural speed. A menacing shadow began swallowing the sunlight, casting an eerie gloom over the once vibrant landscape. The air grew heavy and still, winds howled with increasing ferocity, and the villagers, their instincts honed by generations of living close to nature, sensed that something was terribly wrong, something beyond the ordinary. A monstrous cloud, unlike any they had ever witnessed, formed ominously overhead. Signaling that this was more than just a typical summer storm, it was a harbinger of something far more destructive. Then, with a deafening roar, the sky ruptured. A solid wall of water crashed down upon the village with unimaginable force. Blinding and deafening, the torrential downpour reduced visibility to near zero. Village lanes were instantly transformed into raging rivers, carrying everything in their path. The gentle stream that once meandered peacefully through the village became a furious, uncontrollable torrent. Homes, livestock, and the very foundations of their livelihoods were swept away in a matter of minutes, leaving behind a trail of devastation. This was a cloudburst, a phenomenon they had only heard stories about. A violent, sudden deluge of unimaginable proportions that caught everyone completely unprepared, leaving them vulnerable to its destructive power. Nature's power, unpredictable and immense, had been unleashed upon the unsuspecting village, transforming the serenity of Mandi into utter chaos and leaving the villagers to face the aftermath of nature's fury. So, what is a cloudburst? It's an explosive, hyper-local downpour over 100 millimeters of rain in an hour, often in just a few square kilometers. Unlike steady rain, a cloudburst dumps water so fast the ground can't absorb it, triggering flash floods. The result: walls of water, mud, and debris racing through valleys. The term burst is literal. The cloud breaks open, unleashing chaos. Cloudbursts strike most often in mountains, where steep slopes and deep valleys amplify their impact. Unlike monsoons, they're brief but devastating, lasting less than an hour. In moments, a peaceful landscape becomes a disaster zone. The science behind a cloudburst is a fascinating yet potentially devastating phenomenon. It all begins with warm, moist air rising rapidly into the atmosphere. This air is often laden with water vapor, having evaporated from bodies of water or transpired from plants. This warm, moist air is often forced upward by geographical features, most commonly mountains. This process is known as orographic lifting, where air masses are pushed up and over elevated terrain. As the air climbs higher into the atmosphere, it encounters lower pressures and temperatures, causing it to cool. This cooling process is crucial for cloud formation. As the air cools, the water vapor condenses into tiny water droplets or ice crystals, forming dense, towering clouds, often cumulonimbus clouds, which are the hallmark of thunderstorms. Powerful updrafts inside these clouds act like elevators, suspending raindrops and ice particles, preventing them from falling to the ground immediately. These updrafts allow the water droplets and ice crystals to collide and coalesce, growing larger and heavier as they accumulate more moisture. Eventually, the raindrops become so heavy that the updrafts can't hold the weight against the force of gravity. When this critical point is reached, the cloud structure collapses under the sheer weight of the accumulated water. Suddenly, all that water, which has been building up within the cloud, falls at once in an extremely localized area. This sudden and intense downpour is what we call a cloudburst. The steep terrain, common in mountainous regions where cloudbursts often occur, funnels the massive amount of water into narrow valleys and ravines. This concentration of water flow intensifies the destructive power of the cloudburst, leading to flash floods and widespread devastation. This is why cloudbursts are characterized as being so sudden, so intensely local, affecting only a small area. The combination of the suddenness and intensity of the rainfall, coupled with the terrain, makes cloudbursts so deadly. It's a perfect storm, a convergence of several key factors, starting with an abundance of atmospheric moisture. Add to that the influence of geography, particularly mountainous terrain, which forces the air to rise and cool. And finally, the presence of atmospheric instability, which allows for the rapid development of powerful thunderstorms. In a matter of minutes, sometimes just a few, the sky's reservoir, filled to the brim, is suddenly and violently unleashed on the earth below, with devastating consequences. History is marked by cloudburst disasters. In 2013, Uttarakhand, India saw Kedarnath nearly destroyed by a multi-day cloudburst and flash floods. Thousands lost their lives. Madeira, Portugal, in 2010 was hit by intense cloudbursts, flooding its capital and sweeping away homes. Even Ladakh's cold desert wasn't spared. In 2010, a midnight cloudburst buried villages in mud. These events share suddenness, overwhelming force, and tragic loss. They reveal the vulnerability of mountain communities and the limits of human infrastructure. Each disaster is a lesson in respecting nature's extremes. Cloudbursts, those sudden and intense downpours, are notoriously hard to predict with pinpoint accuracy. But thankfully, warning signs often exist, subtle clues that nature provides if we know what to look for. Keep an eye out for rapidly darkening skies, a telltale sign that a storm is brewing and approaching quickly. Towering clouds, particularly cumulonimbus formations, are another visual cue that severe weather might be on its way. These clouds can build rapidly and reach impressive heights. Be alert for sudden, unexpected winds and the distant rumbles of thunder, which indicate electrical activity and the potential for lightning strikes. If you're in the mountains, where conditions can change rapidly, and you sense any of these danger signs, it's crucial to act decisively. Move to higher ground immediately. Seek out elevated areas that are less susceptible to flash floods and rising water levels. Don't wait for the flood to arrive before taking action. By then, it may be too late to escape the rapidly rising waters. Avoid valleys and riverbeds at all costs. These areas are natural channels for water and are extremely vulnerable to flash floods. Remember, even a few inches of fast-moving water can generate enough force to sweep you off your feet and carry you away with dangerous speed. Heed all weather alerts and evacuation orders issued by authorities. These warnings are put in place to protect your safety and should be taken seriously. While technology is constantly improving our ability to predict and track severe weather, personal awareness and preparedness are what ultimately saves lives. Communities in flood-prone areas must proactively prepare by establishing clear escape routes, ensuring they are well-maintained and easily accessible. Regularly practiced emergency plans are essential, so that everyone knows what to do and where to go in the event of a sudden flood. And comprehensive public education programs are vital for raising awareness about flood risks and promoting safe practices. Ultimately, your survival depends on respecting nature's signals, paying close attention to the environment around you, and recognizing the warning signs of an impending flood. Acting fast and decisively in response to these signals can make all the difference in ensuring your safety. Nature isn't inherently our enemy. It's a powerful force that shapes our world and provides us with countless benefits, but it demands our attention, our respect, and a willingness to understand its power and potential dangers. A combination of understanding the risks and thorough preparation is key to coexisting safely with nature. These are our best defenses against its fury, allowing us to navigate its challenges and appreciate its beauty.